We are crossing live to Absrod Oval, where the Scodfather will speak to the press.
I heard that he is in a grumpy mood.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining. Now in today's episode we're going to discuss our Ferrari, the Ferrari that has no engine, it has no tyres, it doesn't even have a seatbelt, it has nothing. Now the Ferrari, it's blown the engine, it's all gone, the head gasket's gone, the tyres have imploded, the car's full of scratches. A Ferrari is rubbish, it's poo-poo now, just coming down. Okay, let's continue. Now in Supercoach, the odds of winning, alright, are 200,000, because 200,000 players, and there's one of you. So it's 200,000 to 1, unless you're cheating and you got two teams, there's 200,000 to 2, which makes 100,000 to 1. But the odds are 200,000 to 1 that you're going to win it, okay? Now, What we need to do, or what we did this year, what I showed you, is we reduced the odds, all right? So when you get into the top 1%, all right, top 1%, actually, let's change this, top 1%. When you get there, the odds then become 2,000 to 1. Instead of 200,000 to 1, it's only 2,000 to 1. So every year, when I play Supercoach, my odds are 2,000 to 1 that I'll be in the top 10, all right? Well, it's nearly one, the odds are even better, they'll be in the top 100. Once you get into the top 1%, the game style that I've shown you that I play is a game style that will get you in the top 1% nearly every year. However, it won't get you into the top 10 every year, all right? To get into the top 10, there is another secret. Okay, and this is a big secret, and it's called luck. Okay, you need the luck, because your starting team, dictates your season. All right, so it dictates your season. It controls your whole season, your starting team. Let me show you an example. Now, we started this player, Braun. Okay, we started Braun. Don't want to talk about him, but we have to, okay? Now, this is the reason I want to show you something. His first 3 games, first 5 games, actually, the whole lot of them were poo-poo until the last 3 weeks. Well, one of them was still bad, but it was 97, 64, and 100. Now, keep in mind, he was a 300k starting player, so it wasn't cheap. And starting Braun was a huge mistake from me. Okay, I expected the scores that I was expecting were these 97 100s out of him, not as a primo keeper, but more or less as a cash cow. I was even hoping for about 90 or 85. It didn't happen. Okay, another example. Let me show you. I'm going to show you now Flanders. We also started with Flanders. Now with Flanders, he cost 256k. Okay. His last 3 scores are 100, 119, and 96. The spud's woken up. Now, where were these scores when we got him? What did he score for us? 64, 46, and 26. We knew he had the potential. It's just luck that he produces it when I don't have him. But when I have him, he didn't produce these. Now, you can say he was a bad pick, but you can't say that. How is he a bad pick at 250k when he's scoring a 100, a 119, and 96? He's not a bad pick. It's just bad timing. It's all about timing and luck, and he just didn't produce the goods. I mean, we don't know where the coach is going to play these players. Yeah, it's just bad luck. There's more. I'll show you. Now, Jack Ziebell. Now, we didn't start him. How did he go? 102, 123. Well, as you can see, 100s. But how's it been going lately? 68, 93, 59, another 59 there, another 71, 88. So, it's not that good. But at the start, he was really good. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't know how these players are going to play at the start. You just got to hope that they play good. And that's where the luck factor is, especially with your mid-price players. You have to get lucky. You can't say, oh, I knew he was going to be good. He scored a 102. You should have picked him. You can't say that because you had no idea he'd be that. Because if he's that good, then was he scoring 68s? Was he scoring 59s? It's a matter of luck how he performs for you at the start so you can get rid of him. And in Ziebell's case, it was pure genius when you started with him. Look at these hundreds everywhere. But Flanders is as good as, if not better, than Ziebell. He just didn't have the role. Anyway, let's continue. Now, once you got luck on your side, all right, and you've already got the system, because you can get it at top 1% most of the times, playing our system. Once you have luck on your side, because once luck is there, you don't need to use a lot of trades, because you don't have to bring Ziebell in. You've already got him, all right, or it could have been Braun. You don't have to bring these players in. So you're saving trades. Another thing to show you is a ruckman. All right, how many ruckmen did I go through this year? Let me explain it to you. How many ruckmen? Let's go through them. Let's start off with Sean Darcy. Okay. Now Sean Darcy in round 1, he scored 96. You would normally say 96 is okay. Why would you get rid of him after 96? But in this 96, he was on 28 at halftime and struggled to get to 96, okay? It was just lucky that he got there. So we kept him round 1. So in round 2, what happened? He scored 41. Now, 41 for your ruckman, while the English and the so-called are scoring 140s is not good, okay? It's season over if it continues, and I had him last year, and I know how bad he was. So what do you do with him now? Or you got to make a decision. Now, because in round 1 I traded already, I allowed room for Darcy to be traded, whereas a lot of people didn't trade in round 1 or round 2. So when it came to round 3, they got stuck with him. They couldn't trade him out because they had other problems to fix, other issues. They might have to bring in a day cost or do something, but they got stuck with Darcy. They couldn't trade him out. They had no option, because when you're doing your correction trades and you don't do trades in round 1 or round 2, you're sort of stuck with him. But in my case, I wasn't. I was one of the lucky ones. I traded him out. That was like, lucky was not lucky. Lucky was unlucky because he went nuts. Now, how do you predict this? 132, 125, 136, 137. He just went nuts. Luckily for me, he got injured, okay? But the scores are there. So, with my rucks, not starting English cost me 4 trades. That's 4 trades not having English, because I had to keep switching ruckman. They kept getting injured. Anyway, that's one story. Let's continue. Let's have a look at Team English last year, okay? I actually started Team English last year. I paid 482. I started with him. Scored a 123, 99, 152, 96, 138. I was happy, okay? He got injured, okay? Now, he was ruck forward last year. So I then traded him to Taranto, which was disaster. Whereas this year, Taranto was brilliant, so I worked that one out. Now, when he came back, he scored the 160, the 80, the 110, 97, 50. It was up and down. He's very injury prone. You could see missing games. And I thought, if I started English, and even in the pre-season, he missed games, I'm not going to start him. But if you risked it and you started with him, you're laughing. He hasn't got injured once, okay? He's played the whole season, and not only has he played the whole season, he's played like a man possessed. He's got nuts every week. So I didn't start with him. That was a big mistake. It was planned because I wanted to have Shrek just come down. Let's talk about Nat 5. All right, people say, why would you pick Nat 5? He's injury prone. Okay, he gets injured all the time. Well, you're right, he does. Okay, well, Team English gets injured all the time too. He's not injured, so why can't I pick Nat 5? I mean, if you can have English, I can have Nat 5. Now, Nat 5. Price at 244k. I need a player. I can't just bring in a rookie. It's not like I spent 600k for him. It was 244k. I need a player that's going to play. Guaranteed game time. Now, Nat 5 has that, okay? He has this meniscus injury. I don't know how to say it. But He has a meniscus injury, but he's overcome it, okay? So he seems to be going well, feeling the best he's ever felt. So I got him in. 240k, guaranteed. Half mid, half forward line. So he'll play minutes for me, okay? He's a spare. I think there's a full-time primo. He's a spare. I'd rather have Nat 5 than have Humpty, all these other players that aren't guaranteed game times. I mean, you don't know where they're going to play either. Like, you look at Humpty now, he is struggling to score. So, I mean, I could have got Sheldon, or whatever his name is, from Sydney. But no, I said, I'll get 5. You know, he's guaranteed to play. And, no, he gets injured. But it's not the meniscus injury. His injury is different. It's a stress fracture in the foot. Now, I can't help if a player gets stress fracture in the foot. He's injury prone, yes. I mean, if you got stress fracture, how can you predict he's going to get stress fracture in the foot? Just cover down. Okay, you can't predict this. So anyway, we copped his injury out for the season. Let's talk about Elliott Yeo now. Now, Elliott Yeo, all right. How much did he cost? Let's have a look. 350k. It's got a 125, 113 and 93. There's nothing wrong with these scores, okay? So he's got the ability. People say don't pick him. You know why? Because he gets injured all the time. Okay, he does, okay? But every player gets injured. Have a look at Clayton Oliver. He's injured and he never gets injured. So you just can't predict it. You got to be lucky. Okay, he didn't. It's not like he had a calf injury, which is normally cops. No, what did he have? What happened to Elliott? Or Elliott Yeo? Copped a hip injury out for a month. I can't predict he's going to have a hip injury. Someone's going to bump him in the hip and he's going to get hurt. So you can't predict injuries. These are high-risk players, but they're high risk when they get injured. They're not high risk on field when they're scoring. They're just when they're scoring. But you can't help it when they if he's going to have calf injuries non-stop, that's fair enough. It's not good, okay? But his injury is a hip injury, not a calf injury. It's a different injury. And, anyway, that's Elliott Yeo. Okay, he's copped the injury. We took a risk, and the risk didn't work. All right, let's continue. And we've reduced our odds from 200,000 to 1 to 2,000 to 1 when we're playing Supercoach. All right, that's our odds. 2,000 to 1 every time we play. Now, so those odds are reduced. Now, we need a bit of luck, and we need a starting team which can help our season, shape up our season. Now, once you've got all these factors setting for you, you're laughing, okay? Now, then what problems would you have? The injuries, okay? So you got to pick injuries. Injuries are your problem. Now, you can't predict knee injuries, okay? When there's a knee injury, you can't predict someone's going to cop a knee injury, okay? You can't predict a hammy, okay? How can you predict one? You can't predict concussion. You can't predict suspension. You can't predict a role change, okay? You can't predict these things. They just happen. That's where luck comes in. You need that luck, okay? Now, my team last week, let's see what it did. Now, this is our team last week, all right? Now, last week, we had Dunkley out. Jeremy Cameron out. Now, let's talk about Jeremy Cameron now, okay? Now, Jeremy Cameron, okay? Now, when I got him in, now these scores here, 80, 149, 156, 119, 106, all these scores here, all right? These scores here were when, what's his name was playing? Dangerfield. So, the ball was coming into their forward line plenty. So, Dangerfield then went out. Then he had scores of 66, 62, 80. Then Danger came back and he scored a 107. Okay, so I thought, okay, Danger's going to help this young man score points. He needs Danger, okay? And Jeremy Cameron, his price, actually was about 440. I paid for him. What did I pay? 440? Yeah, it's 446, okay? Because he scored that 107. I got him after that 107. He scored me a 53, all right? It was a disappointing game. He hardly touched the ball. The coach even told him off. The following week, he scored a -3. Now, that's 2 scores, 53, then a -3, and then 2 donuts. I mean, he's been disaster. He's averaging me 10 right now. Okay, I paid 446k for a player that's averaging me 10. Now, you can't help bad luck, okay? You just can't help it. It just comes. When it rains, it pours. Okay, that's what happens at absmagic. It's pouring down with bad luck right now. So Jeremy Cameron, we lost him. Okay, he's out. He might come back to Spud this week, or he might not. So we lost Dunkley, we lost Cameron. So we've got 2 outs. All right, we've got spare players. Well, the spares are out too. Fife is out. Okay, Yo is out, and then Ridley. Okay, Ridley, he's out. Just coming down. I've got no players left. Now, well, I've got no trades, but what can I do? There's nothing I can do. My hands are tied, and the team is just going downhill. Well, downhill with no driver. It's just free fall right now. So, rank, I've given up. Okay, there's no point. I mean, I achieved that top 1% that I was supposed to achieve to get myself into the top 100. Okay, I did that, but the odds are 2,000 to 1. Didn't work out with the luck that was required. So it was game over. Now, let me show you another thing that happened to me. I mean, you think that was bad, okay? There's more. Just coming down. Last week, Cowan, he was the emergency, okay? He was on Sunday. This was the Friday team, okay? Or the Thursday team. Now, Cowan was on the extended bench. Now, I thought, okay, I'm going to cop 2 donuts. So I might as well have Cowan play. Okay, it scored me 20 points. It's more than what Cameron's been averaging for me. So I thought, Cal might give me a 20 if he plays. So you know what I did? I pressed this optimize button here. I pressed optimize, okay. Now, when I pressed optimize, I couldn't see what happened in the forward line because you can't see it. It's missing, okay. So I had to close this. I couldn't press undo. I thought maybe they give you that option. Because I can see it here, undo change. It might give you that option to do it later on. So, okay, I'll do it. Okay, let's optimize. But once I optimized it, I couldn't undo it. It was stuck. So you know what happened? Well, I'll show you what happened. Just coming down. Now, Himmelberg is now in my forward line. Okay? He was in my defence. Constable was in defence, but Dawson was in the midfield. Now, I can't put Dawson in that midfield. So if Yo plays, well, for starters, if Yo doesn't play, I can't get Himmelberg up there now. Okay? So if Dunkley and Cameron play, okay, both of them play, I've got 6 forwards. I've got no defenders. Okay, how do you do this? How could this be possible? Okay, so I'm going to hope that when I press this optimize button on Thursday, when these teams are announced, that, for example, look, I press optimize, nothing happens. It says your team is already optimized. It's not optimized. It's coming down. Okay, so I can't move Himmelberg into my forward, into my defense. So. This optimize button is poo-poo. Okay, don't use it. Okay, it's going to kill your team. It's got a mind of its own. Okay, it takes over. It's like a disease. So, I wouldn't touch it. Anyway, so, Himmelberg is stuck now. I've got six primo forwards and no defenders. Okay, that's how it is this week at absmagic. We're going to have like 4 donuts again. Okay, so we're in free fall. We're looking at a ranking of maybe... I don't know, maybe top 40,000 this year, because we're not going to recover. It's impossible, especially with Fife in the midfield now. Yeah, it's not going to work. Anyway, let's continue. Now you may ask, do I have any regrets? Okay, do I have regrets? Of course I have regrets, okay, but you can't help not studying English, this and that. I mean, hindsight is a wonderful thing. If you knew who the best ruckman was going to be from the start of the year, and know that English is not going to get injured, all right, no hammies, because he had hammies before the season started, the week before the games. So, if you know in hindsight that these players will get injured, these players won't get injured, okay, then you'll have regrets. But I have no regrets, okay, because I would have regrets if I didn't give it a go. All right, it's all about giving it a go. Flat stick, okay? I'd rather be 40k and know that I gave it a crack, okay? So I gave it a crack and I finished 40k. I'm happy with that. Because I know that my system got me to the top 1,000, okay? We got 1,050. That was the highest we could be, 1,050. So we gave it a crack. We may finish 40. We're currently ranked 2,500. So it's not like we're 40k at the moment. We're going to drop there. Trust me, it's coming. Okay. There's a thunderstorm on its way. It's brewing. Just coming down. Anyway, we're going to drop to 40k. Anyway, so we gave it a crack. We gave it a go. we got to risk it for the biscuit, as I say, risk it for the biscuit. So it is what it is. You can't help bad luck. You can't help suspensions. You can't help none of these. Okay, and trust me, I've had my suspensions, my 1 week concussions. I heard so many of them. Anyway, let's continue. Now, you may be wondering also, why do I have where's Ziebell? He's not here. He's gone. Why would I trade out Ziebell? Where's who else is missing in my team? Where's Cornelius? He's not here. What happened to Cornelius? I mean, we traded them out, remember? Because we brought in Raul. Because Raul's supposed to be a primo. Anyway, he's not. Anyway, so why did we do all this? Why did we change our team around when we already had a half-decent team? Why do we waste trades? Well, there's a reason. Because Cornelius, let's call him Cogs, okay? Cornelius, Ziebell, well, even Cheezels, but anyway, we're stuck with Cheezels. Cornelius, Ziebell, all right, they're not pods, they're commons. Everyone's got them. I needed players that were pods, because if I'm ranked 1,000, I'm not playing Supercoach to finish in a top 500 or top 400. I'm playing Supercoach to win it, okay? So I don't play for any other reason except for winning, okay? Winning is my culture. I play to win. So if I'm not going to win it, I might as well not play it. Okay, what's the point of playing something you can't win? Okay, so you got to give it a crack. So my crack was I had to bring in pods. So who do we bring in as pods? Well, we brought in Himmelberg. People saying, oh, Himmelberg, he's no good. Well, he's no good, okay, fair enough. But he could have been good, okay, just come a deal. He still is going to be good. I brought in Raul. Now, what did I bring in Raul for? I could have brought in someone else. Yeah, I could have brought in Petrarca. Okay, well, actually, I couldn't afford Petrarca, but it doesn't matter. I brought in Raul because I needed a pod, all right? So I needed someone different than what everyone else has got to catch them. I can't catch the leaders with the same players. We're going to score the same, okay? So I can't catch them any other way unless I change my team around, okay? So that's why I brought in these players. I didn't bring in players such as Lloyd or Ryan because everyone has them, okay? I can't bring in the players that everyone has got. I had to bring in players that no one has got. So pods is what I brought in to catch up. It's either I catch up or I drop off. It's one of the two because I've achieved the top 1%, but I was too far behind the leaders. So I needed to gain some momentum, but it didn't work out. But we gave it a crack. That's the main thing. Giving it a crack, giving it your best. We did that, okay? It didn't work out for us. Let's continue. Now, you may ask, what are we going to talk about now with our team? Because we don't have a team. Our team has 4 players shy of being a team. We're going to have probably 18 players playing this week. That's how bad it is. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, it's not going to be absmagic, but it's going to be about best of the best, okay? Because we've given our crack. It didn't work, okay? On to next year now for us. But we're gonna go for best of the best, which is the top 100 teams. So I'm going to try to find all the teams ranked in the top 100, okay? And go through all their trades, all right? So next week, this week actually, we're going to go into Legend Hen. We're going to go on his team. We're going to go for the whole team. He's ranked 13th. We're going to go for all his trades, all the trades he made this year to see how he got here, okay? So I'm going to try to find all these teams and hopefully that they chat to me, okay? Maybe they don't like me, just come at the end. Maybe if they want to talk to me, we're going to go for them all and we'll have a chat. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.